about the new moon in Taurus happening on June 14th. So this moon is at 29 degrees. It's a completion, an ending of something, or a success in the matters of finance, money, luxury items, property, your values. Now, this is also forming a Kala Shapta Yoga. So that means that all the planets are in between Rahu and Ketu, which can cause greater instability in the world with the leaders, with the masses, wars, unexpected changes when it comes to authority and power structures. This instability can have to do with money, earth, as in earthquakes or volcanoes. Many are wanting and searching at this time, especially for information, asking what else they can get in life. This type of searching in Taurus wants something stable and long-term. It's about improving oneself. And this information can also be in regards to relationships or material items. But some can continue their search as they are never satisfied. A better teacher, a better guru, a better relationship, spouse, or an experience like traveling. Some could be searching for a home and keep looking because they never find the right one. Their search may require you to travel distances in isolated places or walking in foreign lands. This nakshatra is about relationships, romance, and with Jupiter and Venus conjunct in the third house, Venus is making a mutual exchange as well with Moon, and the Moon is exalted. Here you could be wandering with a partner, or you could meet someone who's very transformative, but it might involve a challenge, as this pada goes into Virgo Navamsha, which is in the 5th house. And Venus is the 6th house lord, Jupiter the 8th house lord. So there's a challenge and transformation that has to happen here. It could be in regards to health matters too. Now, Saturn is aspecting the moon, bringing up insecurities and trust issues, anxieties. It may be hard to trust or express your feelings at this time. The important lesson of this nakshatra is not to get distracted by illusions of the ego mind. Relationships have been known to end because of this here. The wandering that happens outside of the relationship, instead of looking within to see why you're looking for fulfillment outside of the self, as you're caught up in your own desires. This can be in relationships, but also travel as well. Is what you're looking for real or just a mirage? We also have the 4th house lord here, which is Sun conjunct Moon and Ketu in the 4th. Either you use this to connect to the ancestors or deep within spiritually. This nakshatra highlights the goddesses, all that encompass Pavarti, which is many parts, or it can show a move or disconnection from the home life as well as travel. Avoid fights at home which could be too egotistical in nature, which can result in explosive anger, or at the most extreme, but this can also be this happening in homelands. Mars is aspecting this Jupiter-Venus conjunction from the 12th house. So matters of real estate may come up overseas. Mars is aspecting the 8th house lord. So any spiritual practices that you do, like say mantras for example, can give life-changing results. Gains will come slowly through higher knowledge and our career, but we'll be working very hard at it. May involve communication or speaking, especially from the heart. For the world, we may be cautious when it comes to real estate and diet, eating less and speaking up about it. This pada is about illness and getting sick due to bad food. In this case, consumption. Consumption can also be in romantic relationships, in the entertainment industry, but food poisoning is very possible, but also diseases. It's about making money by any means. Feeling overworked by authority figures, and some are searching for meaning. It's about working through your self-doubt in regards to social circles, your desires, be with how you really feel with relationships and money. Politicians will be lying about money and values. They can be working in terms of wanting freedom and power, but this can also be in relation to space and the medical industry. Careful of those in the workplace using deceptive speech. Now, this is the exact square of Uranus and the nose, which is a crossroad for humanity. Something very big is happening to us, and we won't understand it until we look back and see the bigger picture. It's a major shift and a destiny point. I have a video about this, and it's an unexpected karmic point in terms of leaders and finance, money and cash. Pluto's also trining this from Capricorn, the government, and there's a massive transformation regarding this. It's a great time to do anything creative with your hands. Money can be gained from the stock market or speculative gains. Also from creative pursuits that involve timing, precision, and an analytical mind. This is directly affecting Trump's reputation. And watch how Ketu is inching forward to conjunct his Mars in the first house right now. The enemies are on their way. There's an ending and with secret enemies. Now, in the US chart, this is conjunct Mars in the 7th house. War and opposition in foreign lands. Matters of crime, but also health. And it will affect the stock market. A very transformative and explosive event that can include deaths. A massive transformation in the matters of wealth, as it is the Jupiter return for the US, but also in the homelands are changing. Israel, unexpected losses and gains for the leader, and reputation involving foreign matters. Ketu is inching closer to its natal Mars in the 12th house, which means hidden attacks from enemies of war. Some may travel for work or for medical reasons or healing, like a procedure looking for a cure. A second chance is happening in the matters of speech, something that you didn't have a chance to say that you can say now. And in the matters of publishing, especially if it involves creativity and expressing your emotions. Some may start new matters of study. On the negative side, there can be themes of incest. And it's funny because Trump has this placement and he's been accused of that several times. The story is about Brahma, who's chasing Rohini, which is his daughter. And it's in the form of a deer, and then Shiva cuts off his head. The deer ends up being the cluster of stars, which makes up the deer head of Mrigashira. The deeper meaning is getting caught up in the illusion of Maya, because he lusted for his own creation. And Shiva or Bhaiva is the one that cuts off the illusion, to see through the Maya, because he is consciousness and represents free will. So find your free will. And so this is also going to deal with earth-related products, fashion, farmers, gardeners, psychics, astrologers, and all types of creative professionals. So that's just a little bit about what I see. I thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one.